Hey yo, what is up, guys? Your boy's back yet again in my old room. Yeah, and the lighting has not improved. If you've been a fan of this channel back when I had 10 subscribers, if one of you guys is still watching from that time, I guess. So today we are talking about WrestleMania 28. And WrestleMania 28 is easily just one of my all time favorite shows here. And this was really, really good. It was so much fun to go back and watch it. They're having like Wild Things by Flo Rida and Invincible by Machine Gun Kelly. And a lot of the music of that time, like when it started playing, I was like, no way. I think they even had Fun playing. Yeah, Fun kind of opened up the show. It was like the intro to The Rock and Cena. Tonight. So, yeah. The show opener was Daniel Bryan versus Shaemus for the World Heavyweight Championship. This is a very, very famous squash match just due to how it just propelled Daniel Bryan just to main event status. And so Daniel Bryan has AJ Lee get up on the apron, kisses her, turns around, gets broke kicked by Sheamus, and yeah, Sheamus wins your World Heavyweight Championship. So, yeah, this propelled Daniel Bryan to absolute main event status, and this is Sheamus's best world title run and probably his biggest run in WWE since about 2022. Or his run with the bar was also really good, but yeah, moving on to Kane versus Randy Orton. Yes, this was kind of a feud. Kane had just came back in January, feuded with John Cena, and then here he turned to a feud with Randy Orton because Randy Orton beat him so badly in a street fight. Kane shook his hand after, so I guess that says a lot. Yeah, I remember watching that match and Kane just like all like he has like his elbow pad stripped off and stuff, and then he came back wearing the mask. So this is just a pretty good above average TV match, nothing to go too wild about. But a really cool part of the match was when Randy Orton was going for the punt and Kane stood up and just hit that choke slam on him. And yeah, this was just a really solid derby between two kind of old school style wrestlers. And yeah, I actually really enjoyed it because I was a big one of the first matches I'd watched when I was a kid was Kane versus Randy Orton on Raw. It was like an opening match, and that's when Imposter Kane came out. So yeah, Randy Orton was delivering punches to Kane on the top rope, and then Kane hit a flying choke slam onto Randy Orton to pick up the win. Yes, Kane picked up the surprise win over Randy Orton at WrestleMania here. Yeah, pretty solid little derby here. Next up, Cody Rhodes versus the Big Show. It's kind of surprising to see Cody Rhodes like involved in this kind of like these matches in WrestleMania because of how big of a prominent star he is right now, and it's funny to see like where it all kind of began for him. And this match here, it was only a few minutes long. Big Show was just kind of dominating Cody Rhodes. He was like, he probably had at least like 400 pounds. It looked like, man, he's just throwing Cody all over the ring. Cody didn't really have much offense in it all in this match. He goes for like a disaster kick and gets his balls speared in, and then he just gets KO'd, and Big Show is your Intercontinental Champion. So yeah, pretty solid little undercard match here. Nothing too crazy, but it's just kind of funny because it's Cody Rhodes here just getting kind of his ass whooped. And ultimately what he'd go on to do about, yeah, I guess it's about 10 years later when he made his big return to the company. So how 10 years changes things. Next up, Kelly, Maria Menounos versus Beth Phoenix and Eve Torres. Eve Torres was looking good here, I will say that. This is not the worst Divas match I've ever seen. It was pretty short. Nothing like too right home, but Kelly hit this really cool like Tilt World 450.5 on Beth Phoenix in the ring. And yeah, I guess Maria Menounos is kind of a big star. I'm not really sure from what, of course, but I guess she is from something. I don't know. She's a celebrity. I don't know. I can't even remember much about this week. I know Beth Phoenix was kind of a big deal. I think she was gone from the company later this year. A lot of the divas were like, they have like these short stints. They'd be around for like 5 years and then they'd be gone. So I guess Beth Phoenix took her 5 years and she was gone. Eve Torres also was gone later this year. So yeah. Next up is a match I've been wanting to talk about forever, and I'm so mad. I want to talk about this in 2022, and I should have. And yeah, this match is an all-time banger here. It's Undertaker versus Triple H, end of an era, Hell in a Cell match with Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee, and I love this match. This is easily a top 10 WrestleMania match for me. I don't actually think there's been a match as good at WrestleMania since this match. This match was just a peak derby, an all-time derby right here we had. Like, the story was awesome, the emotion in the match was awesome, the physicality of the match was awesome. Just everything about this was just absolutely amazing, and I loved it. I loved it to pieces. And yeah, so this match was so good. The Hell in a Cell even got an entrance. And yeah, the Undertaker, he kind of just, he doesn't have like some wicked entrance. He just kind of strolls out here. Triple H had more of the epic entrance than Undertaker did. He walked out through this King of Kings style setup they had. I don't even know what to call it. Um, yeah. So Undertaker was just in complete Undertaker mode because he got dominated last year's WrestleMania. So he had come to play here, and he's throwing Triple H into the steel cage. He's just beating the shit out of him pretty much for just an entire 10 minutes here, all the way up until Triple H, he gets a spine buster on Undertaker on the steel steps. Then Undertaker manages to get the Hell's Gate on him early, but he's on the steel steps, so Triple H has a ton of leverage, lifts him off, and just power slams him. And yeah, so Triple H manages to get back in the match, and then he kind of beats the crap out of Undertaker with a steel chair. Man, he is smoking him. You can just see this massive welt on the back of Undertaker. Again, his back is just red. And then Shawn Michaels is like, "Come on, you know he's not going to stop." And Undertaker and Triple H is just beating the shit out of him with the chair. Then finally he goes and gets the sledgehammer. Shawn Michaels is trying to stop it. Shawn Michaels doesn't want to stop it. Triple H is like, "You do it or I will." And then so because Shawn Michaels is going to stop it, Undertaker puts him in the Hell's Gate real quick to kind of put him out of commission. But then Triple H comes in with the sledgehammer, and so everyone's kind of down. And yeah, and then Charles Robinson gets in the match, and after Undertaker, it's a choke slam on Triple H to kind of regain control. Man, this match is just absolute chaos. This is just absolutely just like, whoa, what? And then finally, like, Shawn Michaels manages to come to again, and he hits a super kick on the Undertaker, leading to a pedigree, and then that 1, 2, and then Undertaker still kicks out. It's like, damn, he still kicked out of that. And it was just absolutely wild. A crazy kick out there. Oh man, the match just it then just like gets kicked off into high gear with them kind of just trading blows back and forth, with just spine buster, knee bust, face busters, and from Triple H, and clotheslines and stuff from Undertaker, and the match just gets completely chaotic. And yeah, and then it finally just comes down to just Undertaker just absolutely just destroying Triple H with the steel chair, and just beating the absolute piss out of him with it. And he's just smoking him. And then Shawn Michaels, he's just like looking away, like he can't even watch this anymore. He's just completely heartbroken from what he's seeing. And then like Triple H, he's trying everything he can. He's back in the corner, and you hear him like he's just wincing in pain just from like the absolute beating he's taken in this match. And so what is it? Triple H is kind of like laid up in the corner, and then he's realizing he's just completely screwed here. So then he goes in for one last swing with the sledgehammer. Undertaker catches it, pulls it away, and throws it away, and then Triple H falls back, hits a suck it, but then Undertaker's just like, nah, man. Picks him up, tombstone, 1, 2, 3. Undertaker 20-0 at WrestleMania right here. And yeah, he kicked out of like 3 pedigrees in this match. This match was a war. This was a crazy war. I remember the Triple H kick out of the tombstone. That got me because I was like, wait, is this it? And then like, no, he kicks out of the tombstone. Man, this match is absolutely insane. I love this match to absolute pieces. It's an easy top 10 WrestleMania match for me. There's not been a WrestleMania match with like this much emotion. Maybe last year's match, but I'm gonna have to watch that one again just to make sure. And yeah, this match, banger, absolute banger. This is top tier WWE at its absolute peak. And yeah, I see why I love this match in the show so much. So moving on to Team Jonny versus Team Teddy. Man, this is weird to see John Laurinaitis on TV because of just everything going on with WWE in the past recent years. And for me, this is a really entertaining match. This is just mostly all like the mid-carders and stuff, or lower card guys, kind of just in a little bit of a derby here. Yeah, Booker T, he took up a lot of this match. Great Khali was on the side. Mark Henry was a part of this match. Drew McIntyre, I think this is his last. Is it? No. Drew McIntyre, this is not his last. He was a part of like WrestleMania the next year and did something, I think. Yeah, he was gone the next year. Not. When did Drew McIntyre leave? Anyways, it's not important. I just know he's part of 3MB. 3MB got beat down by the Shield at one point. Anyway, so yeah, there's just a lot of people in this. Like Dolph Ziggler was a part of this, Kofi Kingston, R-Truth. So yeah, it's kind of a fun, entertaining match if you're like, for me who like grew up around that time and was a huge fan of that time. So watching everybody who I used to watch on TV all the time, it's like, hey, what's going on, guys? Yeah, so Zack Ryder, he gets in the ring, and then he kind of has Dolph Ziggler down, or it's The Miz he has down, and then Eve Torres gets in the ring with him, and Zack's like, wait, what? And then she kind of gets pushed out because they had like a thing going at the time, and then finally hits the Broski Brute, and then he gets hit with the skull crushing finale, and yeah, then Team Johnny picks up the W, and now John Laurinaitis is GM of both Raw and SmackDown, and Teddy Long has been defeated. And then after the match, Eve Torres kicks Zack Ryder in the balls, which this match is just kind of famous for, and it's kind of funny because it's like a peak Zack Ryder moment right here. And Eve Torres goes on to win the Divas Championship, and Zack Ryder goes off into Zack Ryder land after this. Anyways, moving on. CM Punk versus Chris Jericho, and this was a very, very good match. This is your grappling, technical, world-renowned talent kind of match right here. Super psychological match with Chris Jericho just trying everything he can to get under CM Punk's skin, talking about how his dad's an alcoholic and his sister's a drug addict and all these things, and just trying everything he can just to really, really drive in the point to get CM Punk going and get him disqualified. CM Punk was, if he got disqualified, he would lose the match. He'd lose the title. And yeah, so CM Punk, very, very vicious in this match towards the start. And then Chris Jericho's trying to take advantage of that. And then eventually, after Chris Jericho manages to take advantage of Punk from trying to hit him with the steel chair, the whole like technical match just kind of like breaks out here with them kind of just breaking out all of their offense and going back and forth like the technical trades of like Jericho into like the lion salt and hitting the senton, and CM Punk with the kick and the running knee, and like how things are just getting countered and twists and turns, and there was a ton of that in this match. And I loved how like when CM Punk's getting back in the ring, and then Chris Jericho hit the code breaker on him, and you think he's got him, and CM Punk manages to get out of that one because he thought Chris Jericho managed just to like kind of drag CM Punk off his game just enough. And then so eventually it kind of leads to just a submission battle because Chris Jericho is kind of just coming up with cameras for the GTS, and then so he has him in like the walls. Jericho, CM Punk manages to get out and get CM Punk and get Jericho in the Anaconda Vice, but then Jericho manages to get out and looks like he's going back into the walls, but then CM Punk manages to counter and get him into the Anaconda Vice one more time. So there's just pandemonium going all throughout this match. So yeah, just again, solid derby, solid stuff here. And yeah, really good match. CM Punk picks up the W and he rides off to hold on to that championship for like another 9 months. So congrats to CM Punk for that. Okay, last up, the big talk of this show. It's like all over the memes now, all over reels and stuff. Once in a lifetime, John Cena versus The Rock at WrestleMania 28. The year-long build to this match. It was agreed upon at WrestleMania 27, the night after. And yeah, it was a very good match. I can say, honestly, there has just been no other match in WWE like this since. There's never been a feeling towards anything. This match was very, very special. And there was all the talk about how, like, oh, it was a rematch the next year. But, like, honestly, I don't think the rematch the next year really hurt this match just due to how special this match really was and just the build to it. And all of that was just very, very awesome. And this match, it was very, like, how do you say this? It was just kind of two great franchises playing each other. Very, very storied careers here with John Cena and The Rock. And yeah, it was kind of, The Rock kind of got the upper hand on John Cena early on in this match. And he manages to just kind of like out-wrestle John Cena. And John Cena, like, he got him in a roll-up. And then John Cena kind of pulls out of the ring. And he's like, nope, that is not for me. And yeah, this just had a lot going on in it. Like, I mean, The Rock had the worst sharpshooter I'd ever seen in my life in this match, but like John Cena then kind of also had the worst STF ever in this match also. So yeah, there was like the submission trades, the finisher trades, you kind of knew what to expect. The Rock kind of goes up to the top rope and hits a crossbody on John Cena. At that point, he looks super, super gassed. It's not like the greatest wrestling match ever, but it's a really, really fun match to watch, and it's just really entertaining. Like The Rock said, it's just me, John, and the fans, and that's really what it was. And this is really, really entertaining, and it was just a really, really special match. And obviously, I think most people have seen it, and if you haven't, obviously, this is just there's no other match like it. There's literally legitimately no other match with this feeling, like with the entrances, with having Flo Rida and Machine Gun Kelly kind of do their own solo performances for each performer for the ring. And yeah, this was a huge match. It was just, it's crazy to see it happen. It's still to this day, like, gives me like that exciting feeling to watch it. And like all throughout this match, it was just like, you're like, man, I can't believe I'm watching John Cena versus The Rock. They really built it up as just this big dream match, and man, it delivered, and that's awesome. So it's awesome we still get to talk about it all this time later, and now we get to see kind of where The Rock goes now, where John Cena is now. So crazy. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of WrestleMania 28. Star ratings are in the description below. Remember to like the video, comment, and subscribe. Peace.